Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me.
Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Houston Texans and the Cincinnati Bengals. It's the final 3 weeks of the season, still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. On first down, Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. A bad start there, a big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now a handoff here to his running back. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. To throw is Watson. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it converted defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
46-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now it's Watson. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open. And this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass. To the air yet again, Watson. Then he's got the completion to Hopkins. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to...
And the ball is knocked out, and the Bengals grab it. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. He's at the 50, the 40. And how about the big boy showing off the wheels?
Let's face it. Anybody who watches a game, even if it goes against your team, when there's a big man with the football, everyone locks in.
All eyes.
Everyone locks in, and the rumbling, you can feel it all the way to the upper reaches of the stands.
On first down, a running play ends up going backwards as he won't get close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose 4 yards. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Hey, Haywood!
Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. That's complete to John Ross. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Go!
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Back to Mixon on first down. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
I got him. 80 weapon. Look, squeeze. Tight dog. Alert flare. Speed dribble.
Now Joe Mixon. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
22 jet bomber. Go.
On 3rd down, Mixon. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Following the field goal on is the punter, Drew Kaiser, to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. The partner, just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season, the playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people shied away from taking a runner early. But if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now Watson on the screen. This is Eckler. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on 2nd down, and that leads to a tough 3rd down call. From the gun, here's Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 21 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Here's Watson. Wide open receiver, complete. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, but some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Watson on 3rd down. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Texans have taken the lead. Extra point by Badgley up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
18 Gator. Check 53. Mark. Watch QB draw. Protein spill. Jim. Jack. You go tight. Hey, Team 6. Let's go.
Throwing on 1st down is Locke. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal 1st down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. John Ross with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Bengals are going to jump back in front. The point after is good, and the lead is now 10-7. Now after the touchdown, Drew Kaiser to boot it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw, Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Bradley. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
It's a gain of 6. And the Texans 1st down.
19. High 31! High 31!
On 1st down, it's Watson. It's complete to Hopkins. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Watson now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. They run the counter. Simon, and they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Out of the gun, Watson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
We taking wins home. Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
Lock to throw on 2nd down. Man open, it's Goodwin. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
I'm coming after you. Go. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Check 26. Check 26. 25. Check 25. Check 25. Shoot.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
At their own 39-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Watson hitting Fuller with a big one, 45 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. On 2nd down, Chaney. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Sets him up nicely, 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. A A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard that time. Second and goal. Second and goal from the 1. They'll try to run this one in. And this time they were waiting for him, as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. This Bengal defense, they passed the first 2 tests. Now it's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Badgley able to punch this one through. And that will knot things up here late in the first half. So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. It's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
Got his man, it's Eifert. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Flushed out right. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Out of the gun, Eckler running it. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. On 2nd and 9, Watson, and that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. They'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Watson. He wants it all for the end zone. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And, yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes it a 17-10 score. That's fielded in the end zone. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is nowhere to escape, and he goes down? The big man, P.J. Hall, had the path to the QB there. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. This is Grant. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now, after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
50, play. Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Hey, Delta, watch the screen.
On 2nd and 9, Locke. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Yeah, he'll find Hall. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Come on, set. 60-or. Rip left, rip left.
Block working out of the gun. The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1. Here's a run with Mixon. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon, his 9th touchdown of the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Point after, right down the middle. And that will level the playing field at 17 all. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end, and he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. From the gun, Watson. Under pressure now. Watson, and down he goes. Carl Lawson has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Well, he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Hurry, hurry.
On 1st down, Locke going deep downfield for Ross. It's caught at the 10. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. John Ross with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game as his guys are able to regain the lead. No problem there on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, Drew Kaiser to boot it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
On 2nd and inches, Watson, and that is incomplete.
Whenever they're trying to attack a zone defense, you're trying to figure out where your gaps are going to be. And depending on what type of zone they're playing, it could be on the outside, it could be in the middle, it could be in the seams, in the edges. In this case, they tried to attack the middle of the field, but this zone defense didn't allow it because they were able to see the ball come off the quarterback's hands, and everyone was able to react to the football and knock it away.
50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
Go. Check back 33. Go. Go. Mike check 30. Smooth. 61. Match. Ready.
After the turnover, here's Locke. Throw left side complete. It's Hall. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible. Hope he's got man-to-man coverage. And hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he gets it down to the 32. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Lock now on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Hey, Alpha.
On 2nd down, here's Locke. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 20-yard line. Locke now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Mike 51, Mike 51. Hey, let's calm down.
Locke now on 1st down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. John Ross, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Grant. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the fourth. And the Bengals on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
90 is a Mike. And what's that? And what's the ball? 90 is a Mike.
I can't believe they let you play.
Hey, wahoo!
Throwing his Lock on 3rd down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the 1st down. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. To throw again on 2nd down. Watson, and incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath, nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. It's complete to Fuller. A gain of 19 and picking up the 1st.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Now it's Watson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
I got one. Check 3, check 3, check 3.
Faking the give. Now Watson. he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Check 13. Check 13. Chopper, chopper. Hey, Haywood. Go. Hit it.
Block again here on 2nd and 10. Going deep for Eifert. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against the zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle.
The Texans take over first and 10.
Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. On first down, Watson nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jordan Willis, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Another try after the first down sack. Watson, he's got Fuller, and he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A first down there on a pickup of 25. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Throwing again is Watson. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
Here's Watson. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. A breakdown defensively there as the scramble is going to set him up with a much more manageable 3rd down.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've had plenty of success. 8 conversions, looking for a 9th. This is 3rd and 7. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Watson now to throw. Got an open man, it's QT. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on fourth. And the Bengals will get the football back. So they really needed points here in a two-score game. Could not come away with anything there on fourth.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. Again, it's Mixon. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a third and about 4.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running, third down.
Here I come again. Hey, exit. Snap.
From the gun on third down, Locke. It's complete to Grant. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Go. What we got?
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
They will run with Grant. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
They go back to Grant. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup to get him back to the original line of scrimmage with third down coming up. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
90 is a mic.
On third down, Locke. And that will be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Here's Drew Kaiser now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Watson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off near the 26. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. 2-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
They'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down. Now Watson. He's going to let it fly. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third. Here's Watson. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Watson. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position.
10-2 start.
Mixon with a first down carry. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Bengals, the final 2 weeks are going to tell the story for them as they move to 9-5 with a win. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for Houston, their slim playoff hopes are gone now as they fall to 5-9. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers.